Many of us have boyfriends. You're not married, but you have a boyfriend. Have there been times where you want to say something and you're like, but you know what? I think let me just let it be. Want you? Is it because you didn't want to say it? You wanted to say it. You wanted to pass on the communication. What makes us hesitate? Fear of what? Of how he will perceive it. So you have gone ahead. No mulowole zako. Nga bwatagenda kitegeera. Where does that come from? Sorry? Guys, we are doing self-therapy and self-dissecting here. Where does the fear come from? The fear of? The fear of being misunderstood. Now, you already made up, you sat down with a meeting with your body and with your heart and with your lungs and with your diaphragm, and then you decided this man is not going to. Now, and how many of us, we have had the self-fulfilling prophecy of you knew that he's not going to understand, and indeed, he didn't understand. Every day. Now, you understand when I call it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Do you know what happens? Because you believed it, because you have the fear, because you are nervous, even when you say it wrongly. Because you already have a mind, tagenda kitegeera. So, era okyogera mu ngeri gy'atagenda kikola ki? Kitegeeramu. It's a self-defeating and self-sabotaging kind of tendency. Now, just imagine you have decided there is a boardroom and you've been called upon to come and say something. And all of a sudden, you're going to and guess what? Oba wakamala okwogera nga babuuza ebibuuzo ebitakwatagana. Ng'ogamba nategedde era babadde si baakubitegeera. But again, you don't say that mu ngeri y'okwepanka nti gw'oli mugezi nnyo, but you say that in a self-defeating way of, oba I am not enough, oba they will say I'm extravagant, oba they will say neeyisaawo nnyo. It's a way of belittling yourself. It's not a way, you know, a person that is arrogant, boogera oluzungu lungi nnyo, boogera lwa mu nnyindo, dictionary balina nene nnyo mu kamwa kaabwe, like banyooma bunyomi bagamba bano bambi level kwendowooleza tebagenda kulowoolezaako kambate. Now that is different. Now most of what we go through is the self-defeating, self-belittling, like we are not enough, and then we cannot deliver enough. So the same mindset, we carry it and take it into the public, from one-on-one to the public. And guess what? We use that same mind even to ourselves. Have you ever been there and you thought about going to school? No gamba na mama nga nkaddiye nabitegeera. Wanji? And guess what? No mala wetanda noddayo. Retake ku retake. Gwomaze okusalawo oli mukadde. You get it? Because your mind aligns with what you speak and what you believe. We say that confession is possession. So when you confess it, but guess what? There are people who are 10 times busier than you, but they are making it. You get it? So the self-defeating tendencies, that is what we want to take away when it comes to these sessions.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Namyomba Jalia Jolly. I shortened it to Jana Jolly, which I love so much. I work with Wemba and Company Advocates. What I like to help with the world or community is, I don't know whether I can phrase it like this. I want to have an organization, but basically with boys or male only. Because I feel like that gender is kind of left behind. Yeah, and naturally, I like boys so much. Even if he's a child, like whether he looks over how, I'm just taken up so long as he's a boy. So I'm thinking, so help me God, in future, I want to have, whether it is small, whether I have 10, whether I have 5, but boys, and then they can be mentored, they can be helped in one way or another.
When you grow up, eh?
No, I'm already grown. No, I'm thinking when I stabilize with my finances, that's what I really want to do to the community.
Awesome. Awesome. Did you hear how, she was herself? A bit of a nervous, but you feel like she has her pace. She's not willing to rush. She's willing to take her time. She can even think while you wait. And she's not bothered. And I think sometimes we admire such people because he has taken time. And they take their time. Meanwhile, webakuwa a chance to speak. You speak like a typewriter. And then people don't understand. How many of us that has happened to us? You rush through like you don't want them to catch or to see a mistake anywhere. And then you end up not saying what you intended to say, or your message ends up not having the impact it was supposed to have. Okay? So that means you also have to get that now. My dear, you cannot wait for finances to be fine. Let me tell you, even if it dawned today and you were making 100 million per month, that money will not be enough for you. It would never be enough. So, and serving people does not need that you have a lot of money. I see what Coach Royhana does. Seated in her chair at home, and she's on video, she's speaking, someone is being impacted somewhere. Okay? When you go, you have villages where you come from. You have friends, even at work, where you sit and know, okay, what is the male perspective of this? What are they going through? Okay? Have you ever known that there are issues, that gender? You know their issues? What is one of their issues? Okay, 5 of their issues. Number 1, ojagala kukakanya ego. Bakugobye, bagenda kugoba, bagenda kufubutula. That gender doesn't want to talk about ego. Eh? Okay, and that is what we do in accelerated mentorship. When I give some of those assignments, I am not actually joking. I'm saying take time and think 50 problems the people that you want to talk to are facing. The moment you know that, by the way, most of these guys have been brought up to know that they cannot be emotional. Okay? They've been brought up to know that they are the bosses, they are the heads, and then they are untouchable. They've been brought up to know that a man has to work super hard and cannot accept help from a woman. Okay? Or they've been through homes where their fathers were actually the kinds who hide money, as in omukazi tomulaga sente. So they have been nurtured in a wrong way somewhere. So they have so many issues. When you think about the people that you want to help, number 1, I told you, care about them. Do not pretend to care. Your number 1 intention should not be to make money. How do I get money out of their pockets? That's why in accelerated mentorship, I talk about profit, but profit comes last. I talk about purpose, I talk about passion, and then I talk about paycheck. But the paycheck comes last. It's after you desire to transform their lives. And this applies to all businesses. Because even when you own a boutique, you are a public speaker. Wanji? Even when you own a food hub, a restaurant, you are a public speaker. When you come, you're already speaking to the public. You're taking feedback. Now, you see a restaurant owner, have you ever seen bosses who are fearful? They send workers. Gendo mubuze. Gendo oyo client yogera naye. Public speaking will teach you how to be able to build confidence in this person and be able to get the best out of them. Okay? And then to be able to also compose yourself and communicate in a way that is understandable. Okay? Like, simanche ngenda bagamba, but njagala bagamba. Wanje? Simanche ngenda bagamba na ye? Njagala. That's much better than a person who has no clue about what they want. And as a parent, you have to, I think I wanted to know that, because some of the people that we that are role models, just like Coach Patricia tells us that she wants people to be role models to the coming generation, and she'll be telling us about that. If you're a mother or a parent, and even if you're not a parent, you're already a role model to someone. Okay? So, bw'oba oyambala masikaati agafaanana bwe gatyo n'omwana wagenda gwagenda okwambala. Enviiri bw'oba nga weesulirayo gwannagamba gye zitunula gye zaagala ng'olina n'embaliga n'omwana wajja tambuza embaliga bambi kye balaba kye bakola. Wangi? Tubasaasire, let's shape them into better, and it's a matter of doing the hard things. Watu yagala kunaaba yingira ekinaabiro bamanye nti routine ya kunaaba ku makya lwaggulu omwana amanye nti bannanga abantu banaaba. Manye brushing morning and afternoon. Ajata hatima yatugamba ye n'emisana atambula ne toothbrush ye. That after lunch at work or wherever she is, I mean, she goes to the bathroom and brushes. And I was like, nkujirako enkofiira. So if we want to be that kind of people, the role models, so many people are going to look at you nayenga tomanyi until they are looking up to you. So I want you to put yourself in that space where you are inspiring. How you put on inspires, how you look inspires. When you get out of your house, because you practice public speaking and public appearance the way you are before you even become a celebrity or before you become a public figure. So how you get out of your house, what you do, and all that matters. I don't want you to be your heroes. That's the other thing. When you look at a role model so many times and you consume their content, you tend to become like them. I don't want you to become like me because I know you have potential to be much better than me. Do we get ourselves? I don't want you to take what I do because after I am gone, you will get tired of it. I want you to own your own vision and say that, you know what I want is to speak to married women. There is a person that has a niche to speak to Christian married women to have a Christ-like marriage or a Christ-like kind of life. And she has specialized in that. She does, and let me tell you, she's making a lot of money. A lot of money. So it's not just the money, but how you exude, how you come off, and your vision, and then how you speak. So how you speak is determined by so many things. If you see where I'm getting at. How you speak, where you speak, and what you do is determined by so many things that are underlying. Your vision, your purpose, your niche, the people that you've been around. Have you ever been with a boss and then you find yourself speaking like that boss? Like you admire them so much, how they speak, how they pose, how they do what, and then before you know it, when they leave you in a meeting alone, you chair it like your boss. Yeah, that happens, okay? But again, we grow sometimes by imitating, but we break through by being ourselves. That is a very huge statement. We grow, we can advance by imitating because that means there's something better you want. So you copy the way they speak, then the way they put on, then the way they, what they do and stuff like that. And then it comes to your mind after some time. I don't need to be anyone else. I am enough. My pace is enough. And what I do is enough. And then you grow into being yourself and establish yourself. And that is why it's so easy to tell people, no, do not copy, do not be like so and so. But let them move their journey until they get to a place of maturity and growth and realize, I am enough, I don't have to speak a lot. And experience is the best teacher, like they say. So many of us are business people. Or we own businesses, we have shops, or we have catering services, or we all have different businesses. What kind of transformation is, how do you help them better their lives, or how do you simplify their lives? If I don't want to go to the kitchen and I give someone else the job to come and do meal prep for me for a full week, you get it? The convenience that you're giving me is the transformation that you're giving me. So this is how we go wrong. We usually sell ourselves as, oh, I'm a motivational speaker. Oh, I am a chef. Oh, sigenda kulia chef. Sell me the transformation that you are giving to me. Mbulira, first highlight the difficulties I'm going through. You don't have to go to the market, buy food, simanyi kumacha, ate simanyi basera, ate go to nakasero, ate 5 a.m, ate what, I will do that for you, okay? And then I have the best prices, because I go in the morning, by the time you go sawa tano, the best prices are done, okay? So I go, I do the shopping, I bring it, I cook the food, clean and all that, everything is fine. Pack it in the fridge, if I need to pack it in the fridge, and hassle-free. You live a week where you just have to decide what you put on. When you come back, you just pull it out of the fridge, put it in a microwave, eat and sleep. Who does not want that convenience? Wanji? Do you see yourself amongst the clients I'm talking about? And then all of a sudden, I am here going through social media, and then I find someone who is giving me a good package. Okay? Because you're saving me on prices. If I go to supermarket, I'm going to get different prices than when you go to the market. Number 2, you're saving me cooking every day. That I have to plan a meal every day. Do you know how hard it is to plan a meal? Mama. And then to change meals every day. Nti lero twalidde binyebwa bigendera kochi lumonde. Lero twalidde nyama ate nyama egendera kochi. And someone can figure that out for you. My friend, even if you are selling me a food timetable, I would buy it. Let me tell you, if there is anything any human being wants right now, is simplicity. Simplify people's lives and you will get their money. So don't tell me how you are a chef. I am not going to eat you. Don't tell me how you are a counselor. I am not going to consume you. No. I want to consume the transformation you bring, that when you see me, when people know Bahati, they know me for a no-nonsense kind of person. So when you come to me, I'm not going to sugarcoat. A spoon is going to be a spoon and a spade is going to be a spade. A dirty marriage, bad marriage, dying marriage, I will tell you you are dying and you have no hope of resurrecting. And if you have hope of resurrecting, I will tell you I'm the doctor who can resuscitate your marriage and bring it back to life. Do you get it? But I will say it in a way that simplifies someone's life, that when a husband knows what I do, they will recommend other 100 people. Like when I start, in my seasons of work, when I start working on one state house person, before you know it, every other day of my month is booked by a state house person. I made a transformation in one person's life, and all of a sudden when they go back to office, wali omukazi oli tasaaga omanyi bino bye batuwoyawoya abasajja simanyi bikibambi bukwata mpola bikyoli ta akuweerawo n'akubuulira ebikyamu byo n'akubuulira ebitajja n'abuulira ebitakutwala mu maaso n'akubuulira ne by'oyitamu gwe by'otasobola kwogera. The other woman is like a prophet. The other woman, simanyi bigambo byejabija. Before you know it, the next day or the full month, I'm working on state house people. When I start on Stanbic, one person books. And when one person books, I don't know why people speak about transformation. That's the other thing. Word of mouth sells better than anything else. You can promote on social media. You can do anything. No color flyers. No hiring. But one person that has been transformed will sing your praises to 100 other people. If not to 100, to 10. So every 10 multiplied by 10. Okay? Those are the number of people. Even when they don't come now, they will come later. So be genuine with your transformation. Some of us, because we want money, we deliver undervalued things, or we don't deliver the proper value that we promised. When you promise value, deliver value. My friend, you've never seen me talk about my pricing. When I'm in those, I walk in definitely in Sangab and Ninzida. And I'm like, you know, this is what we do and this is what we do. And I state. And then maybe if they're saying what I can't do, I'm like, no, I actually can't do that. But I'm like, if you have a better offer, get back to me or find me at office. And you move away. And before you know it, they're calling you. They're like, no, don't go. You know, tuchimalize. Now, that confidence comes from the consistency of delivering value. You deliver your promise. When you tell people, when you call people, for example, like an event like this, give people value. Are you getting value? Yes. Would you be coming back if you are not getting value? Do you have better places to be at? Even your bed could be a better place for you to be at. But you're like, you know what? Even if I get one word like this that encourages me to move forward, I will go. And that is value. Okay? So even when you stand up to speak, give value. Whether you're speaking in a board meeting, whether you're speaking at work meeting, whether you are speaking, let me tell you, I have interviewed so many people. That's why I told you, public speaking helps in so many ways. Someone comes, and I will give an example, risking to be misunderstood. Yesterday I talked to someone, and this person had received money, and they didn't think that money was enough. This is what happens. When I called them for the meeting, they failed to speak. Do you know what they did? They're like, if you think that is my value, Kale, let me tell you, the world does not come. The world will never pay you your value. The world will never pay you your value. The world will never, your employer will never give you your value. If we all got our value, my friend, nandibadde mugulu ngamvuga Ferrari zaba malaika. You get it? No one gives you your value. Everyone, bowa owa omukozi, a job, you already have an offer that you're going to give them. So when they come, omugamba nti ne bwoba okuba mu kyalo, mumpeereze naye mumpeereze atasukka mitwalo 2. Oba mitwalo 10, depending on whatever you want to pay. You already have set value. It's not because that's what they are going to. It's very possible that your worker gives you more value. You get it? But you don't have money, they're just there to go and fetch. You get it? That is why I actually believe in tipping. I actually believe in bonuses. When my workers do well, I make sure that month I give them a different kind of money. And then they will ask me, Auntie, zino zachi. And I'm like, you deserve it. You've always done better and you deserve better. But I can't give you what you deserve. For example, omukozi akulabirire omwana, how much are they worth? How much are they worth? There is a time I was looking for someone to take care of my child, and even if they asked for 1 million shillings per month, I would give it to them. 1 million shillings per month. And I didn't care. And I actually did it. So, no one, and I felt like she even deserved more. Omuntu aba nanga taina programs ize tudawo, you get it, feeding, changing diaper, playing with a child, making sure the child has social skills. So I might as well give them a good life. And if they need extra care, then I can go an extra mile. So no one pays you your value. But when you go, it's a matter of tasking yourself and saying, you know what? Now this is what I bring to the table. And saying that actually cannot work for me because I drive, I parent, so I want the bare minimum. If this is the value that I am giving you, you're talking to your employer. If this is the value that I'm giving you, that every single day I leave my home and drive to your workplace and give you this kind of value, the bare minimum that I can do is this much because I need to be able to care for my rent and cater for my fuel and sometimes we don't even need the explanation. Like someone would come nagamba nti banange nawasiza omukazi ow'okubiri kati munyongere omusaala. Bitukwatira kuwa. You get it? So public speaking helps in so many ways, but give value. Prepare yourself. Be confident. Okay? When you go to a place and speak, that spirit that oozes out of you, it inspires someone else to say, you know what? If that woman is like that, I can be that woman. And believe me, when she goes back to her peers, when she reads hard, you get it? She will, one day after 20 years, she will say it all started with that woman when she came to my school. That is why I'm so passionate about schools.